Welcome to All Car Review channel. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you. McLaren is on a roll. In the short 7-year period the British brand has been in business, McLaren Automotive, the road car division, was only founded in 2010 and is separate from the Formula One team. It has blossomed, achieving success relatively so for a sports car and supercar manufacturer. It sold a record 3,286 cars last year, up from 1,654 units in 2015, as McLaren notched up its fourth consecutive year of profitability. This incredible growth from nowhere has been underpinned by McLaren's Sports Series models. The 570s Spider is the fourth variant in this group of cars, sitting alongside the entry-level 540C, the 570s Coupe and the 570 GT. Best convertibles on the market. The Spider was actually designed alongside the Coupe in 2012, a process that was made possible by its construction. First, the details. McLaren's monocell 2 carbon fiber chassis needs no additional strengthening in the transformation from 570s Coupe to Spider, weighs just 75 kilograms and is 25% stiffer than an equivalent aluminium chassis. The mid-mounted 3.8-liter twin-turbo V8 kicks out an identical 562 bhp and 600 Nm to its 570 batched siblings, too. Despite the lack of chassis bracing, the Spider weighs an extra 46 kilograms, due to the roof mechanism, but at 1,359 kilograms, the 570s is lighter than a Porsche 911 Turbo S Cabriolet or Audi's R8 Spider. The Spider's 3.2-second 0 to 62 miles per hour time is identical to the Coupe's, and the drop top is 1/10 of a second slower from 0 to 124 miles per hour. A top speed of 204 miles per hour is identical to the Coupe's with the roof up, although you're capped to 196 miles per hour with the top down. On the move, you'd be hard pushed to notice that extra mass, because the car handles with the same level of agility as the fixed roof models, responding to your inputs directly and with little slack. The beauty of the McLaren is it feels more organic to drive than something like the R8 Spider, which doesn't offer as much feedback. What detail that is relayed back in the Audi feels more synthetic, too. McLaren says the 570s Spider is not about ultimate downforce or track performance. It has the latter, but it's more focused on having fun on the road, and you pick that up straight away from the steering, which is a real highlight. It's electro-hydraulically assisted because McLaren believes this is the best system to involve the driver, and it's hard to argue against given how much detail is delivered through the narrow-diameter wheel rim. It squirms gently in your hands, rippling slightly as the front wheels track over bumps and cambers. Not to the point where it becomes irksome or tiring to drive, just always delivering messages that give you confidence to push the car. Partly helping are the dimensions of the chassis itself. The carbon fiber underpinnings mean the dashboard and scuttle are low, while the A-pillars are fairly slim, so despite the Spider's relatively significant width, it's not intimidating to place, even on a narrower road. Best sports cars on sale. The car generates a level of grip that forces you to clench your core on the public road that's special, and the setup is so well sorted that, even without engaging McLaren's active dynamics panel, it corners with just a hint of roll. The rigid carbon tub provides a stable platform for the race car style double wishbone suspension to do its thing, allowing the dampers to envelop bumps in bends without skittling the car off your chosen line. The brakes need more pressure than you might imagine to slow the car, but the solid feel to the front end allows you to lean on the standard carbon ceramic discs and bury the McLaren's front tires into a corner unbelievably hard. And this all in its default driving mode. Pressing the little button marked active on the center console unlocks a level of user-configurable settings for the chassis and powertrain, with 3 modes selectable independently for each, ranging from normal to sport and track. Flip both the bespoke metal dials to sport and things get a notch more serious, with roll controlled more tautly as the Spider takes on a greater focus. Track is an evolution of this. Whereas normal mode allows fluid vertical movement, moving over surface ripples and imperfections with remarkable tranquility for a low-slung sports car using conventional springs, dampers, and roll bars. Track communicates more readily the performance potential on offer. It's indicated not least by the 10-inch digital dash's display morphing from a conventional imitation analog dial to a bar of shift lights above a big gear indicator. The screen now shows tire pressure and temperature, as well as the status of the car's vital fluids. There's a lot less compliance in the dampers in this track setting, and they limit body movement more fiercely. Hit a sudden depression and the car's absorbent edge is replaced by a solidity to the suspension, sometimes sending a clonk through the structure. But it's actually never overly harsh, because even in this firmer mode there's a refined edge to the way the suspension works, rounding off what little movement there is with finesse. Normal mode should be all you need for anything other than a circuit, but even in the stiffer settings and with the roof open, the 570's Spider doesn't feel wobbly. Removing the roof on a conventionally constructed steel or aluminium car reduces torsional rigidity, but according to Sports Series chief engineer, Jeff Gross, the extra flex in the McLaren structure is so negligible that you simply don't notice it. And he's right. The top is more of an electrically assisted Targa panel, and it can fold in 15 seconds on the move at up to 25 miles per hour. Like the glass wind deflector behind you that can be dropped with the roof up, it gives you better access to that rampant engine. Forward visibility is great, it's civilized inside and there's no compromise dynamically or when it comes to refinement. A hydraulic nose lifter means speed bumps aren't even a concern around town. The controls are delicate, perfectly weighted and nicely matched. Throw in the 570's switchgear, digital dash, and luxuriously trimmed interior and the Spider looks well worth its hefty £164,750 price tag.